Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Dr. P, and welcome back today for a brand new Fortnite Battle Royale video. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down the A.I.M skin, as well as a couple new theories that have come up recently all over social media, telling us what we think could be happening with this skin as it relates to the storyline. We'll go ahead and dive into it right now. If you guys could do me a favor and drop a like on this video and subscribe if you're not already, that would be awesome. So yesterday we got two leaked loading screens, weeks 8 and 9, and they're very telling for the storyline. They give us a very vague outline of what's going on, but not really too many specifics right now. But there are a couple of things that you may have missed on these loading screens that we'll get into later on in this video. Very briefly, in a nutshell, these two loading screens show the A.I.M skin landing at Flush Factory, and then the second one shows him going to Leaky Lake and seeing Calamity and Deadfire look at a flower. One can assume this takes place just after the Cube event. Regardless though, the main question everyone has been asking over the past 24 hours or so is, why is he here? You know, he lands at Flush Factory, he has his parachute there, he pulls out his map, it looks like he's targeting Flush Factory for whatever reason, and then in the next loading screen, he's just literally at some random spot. Obviously, it's not a random spot, it's the site of an extremely major event that just happened. A better way of putting that would be to just say it was very abrupt. You know, there wasn't any mention or foreshadowing of him going to Leaky Lake, he just sort of ended up there after landing, so it's kind of unclear as to where he's going or what he's doing on the map. He lands at Flush Factory, and then the next week, he's at Leaky Lake. I'm curious to see in the next few loading screens where he ends up. Speaking of where he ends up, I have a theory and will hopefully try to answer that question. In order to properly find out where he's going and what he's planning to do, it helps to know which side of the fight he's on. Is he a villain? Or is he a good guy? To be honest, it's not clear. It's not been clear really for any of the past three skins like this. The Enforcer and the Visitor, you know, very well may be good guys, and there's still a lot of untold questions about those guys, so it's really tough to see. But frankly, just by looking at him, you know, I get a Terminator vibe from him. You guys know Terminator, the robot that just goes on a tear. And the reason I really think that is because if you look at A.I.M's description, it says scanning area for targets, ... And that sentence alone just kind of gives off the vibe that he's very, you know, just committed to his assignment. He's going to carry out and execute whatever he's doing and be very mindless about it because he is in fact a robot. I wouldn't be surprised if he was a villain. You know, it seems like everything's good right after the butterfly event happens. There was a giant evil over the map for the entirety of the season so far. And then whatever the butterfly actually was, that's a story for a different video, saved all of us and got rid of all the evil off the map. That's why there's now a rainbow over Leaky Lake and it's extremely peaceful. The Cube had been on the map for 3+ months, so obviously there was a buildup of evil over that time. And once the Cube exploded, we felt like finally it was over. All the evil stuff is gone. But no, in comes a new bad guy. I think the timing is perfect and it makes a lot of sense for the Hunting Party skin to actually turn out to be not necessarily a bad guy, but a robot programmed by someone who doesn't have the best interests of the Fortnite island in mind. So just for the sake of the video, let's assume that he is a villain. So if he has bad and malicious things in mind and stored for the game, what could he be doing? Well, we do know a major development to the story recently has been the new portals discovered underneath Wailing Woods to accompany the rift that's been there the whole time. I made an entire video yesterday talking about this, and I definitely recommend you go check it out if you haven't already. It's pretty insane what they got going on over there. Bearing that in mind, is it possible that A.I.M is here to sabotage whatever plan the scientists in that lab have to recreate and master the art of the rift? I took the liberty of making a graphic for you just to kind of get an idea of what's going on here. You can see Flush Factory is where he landed, and then he ended up at number 2, which is Leaky Lake, just 1 week after. He's definitely made a good bit of progress in the general direction northeast. Absolutely more north than east, but nonetheless, in the general direction. Where is he going? I think it's in all likelihood very possible he could end up at Wailing Woods, considering the big development that's been going on over the course of the season. Not to mention the huge development that's been going on with Wailing Woods since Season 4 with that bunker. I mean, literally, I can't believe this has still not had a practical reason for being there. This has been in the game ever since Season 4, about midway through I think they added it. And with every passing season and every passing update, we like to speculate, oh okay, now something's gonna happen to it. Sure enough, nothing ever does, and I'm not sure if something ever will, but I'm not going to rule it out. I mean, it would be epic if Epic decides, oh wow, that was weird, epic, if Epic, okay, weird flex. It would be amazing, I think, if Epic were to actually have this bunker that's been sitting there pretty much idle for 3+ months turn out to be something that's actually useful way later down the road, like multiple seasons later, which is where we are now. If it turns out to be a big part of the storyline, and let's say maybe A.I.M goes and opens it and breaks it open, and somewhere in there is something that's very much needed to save the people this season, and who knows, maybe it's even a massive destructive weapon in there A.I.M will pull out to wipe us off the face of the island. That's just as likely. Definitely, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I think he's probably a villain. If I had to guess, he's leaning a little more towards the villain side for me. But if you had to guess whether or not he is a good guy or a villain, what do you think? There's a bit of evidence for both, but honestly what sways me, and it might be kind of silly, is that description, scanning area for targets. That just seems like a destructive robot to me. Reddit user Sushi has a different idea though, based on what he saw from the loading screen for week 8, and I'm going to actually share it with you because I think it's definitely interesting. As you can see, on his holograph he has here on this loading screen, he has Fatal Fields, Lucky Landing, and of course, Flush Factory, where he landed, marked on the map. The theory behind this one is A.I.M will go around the map analyzing all the POIs and gathering details and data throughout the rest of Season 6. The last week of the season, more of the A.I.M skins will come and destroy the POIs, and when Season 7 comes, they will be remade into something else. Definitely an interesting idea and one that I would be a proponent for, because let's face it, like if they're going around to a lot of POIs and getting us renovated places, that's always a plus for the progression of a game. And of course, let's be honest, I just want to see the giant robot invasion. It could also mean that these 3 areas, specifically Lucky, Fatal, and Flush, could be wiped out because they were on the inaugural loading screen. You know, there's so many possibilities, and it almost hurts your brain to rack it all up and think about every possible side of it. Fortnite always keeps us on our toes with the storyline when they answer a couple questions, which they don't do very often, to be completely honest with you. They leave it up to interpretation a good bit, but whenever they give you just a bit of a hint for something and you take it, that opens up 2 or 3 more questions that you need answers to. So they're always keeping stuff a secret, which is very interesting to me. Be sure to let me know what you guys thought of today's video, and let me know what you think of all the updates going on right now in Fortnite. It really is a good time to be a fan of the game. So much going on, whether you like the gameplay, whether you like the storyline, whether you like LTMs, there's something for you at every turn. I sincerely hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, I'd appreciate a like rating down below, as well as a subscription if you liked the video. And of course, you want to see more, I'm pumping out daily Fortnite videos, covering the storyline mostly for you guys, often uploading 2 times a day, keeping you among the most informed on YouTube. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.